Hello students, welcome back for your online studies. Today the chapter which we are going to discuss, that chapter is a very important chapter from your parts of speech. So far we have discussed about your noun, and let us today discuss about your second part of speech, that is pronoun. Pronoun is basically, it can, first of all, it is already clear with the name pronoun. It means it comes at the place of noun. It can be used the same way the noun is used. It means it gives you the full meaning, the same meaning which a noun gives you. So let's start. First of all, when we talk about like any parts of speech, if you are aware about your subject and predicate, it will help you to understand your pronoun part. How it will help, I will tell you in the end of the video, because there are some points where you have to understood that what are subject and what are predicate. So subject and predicates are already clear to you. Let's quickly recap. Every complete sentence has two parts. One is your subject, another is your predicate. Subject is all about what the sentence or who the sentence is all about. Predicate, what the subject does. For example, Nathan was eating a sandwich. Now, who is eating a sandwich? Nathan. So, Nathan becomes our subject and sandwich is our object. Let's see another example. Sam loves playing football. Sam is our subject and what he loves to do, and that is a football. So, that football becomes our object or a predicate. Let's move forward for the another example. The dentist pulled out a tooth. The dentist is worked as a subject here, and object or the predicate is followed by pulled out a tooth, and our object is tooth here. So now when we talk about pronoun chapter, what is pronoun, students? Pronoun is basically just a replacement of a noun in the sentence. But remember, pronoun can do everything that nouns can do. They can be a subject or predicate. Both it can be. Now remember, it's very important. The pronoun can be a subject or a predicate. It means the another part of a sentence also. So various pronouns you have already studied: I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Basically, our pronouns are segregated into three parts. When we talk about persons, first person, second person, third person. When you talk about first person, I and we comes under first person. Second person, when we talk about second person, that is you. Only you comes under your second person, and the third person is the he, she, it, they. It comes under your third person. So why we need actually pronouns? That is just to avoid repeating nouns, and repeating nouns makes sentences cumbersome and complex. So when you need a simple, neat and clear some sentences, you simply use pronouns for just to avoid the repetition in your sentences. For example, when you see the example here, Raj bought the book because Raj wanted to read it, because Raj wanted to do that. Now it makes your mind complex, cumbersome. What you have to do is simply remove Raj and you start using he instead of that. It will make your sentence simple, easy, and without any repetitions. So Raj bought the book because he wanted to read it. Let's check another example. The dog was barking because the dog was hungry. Now what you will do? Very good. The dog was barking because it was hungry. Very same way, Prakshi was crying, so Prakshi's father gave Prakshi a bicycle. Now, too many times we have used Prakshi, Prakshi, Prakshi. It makes your sentence complex. What you will use now? Prakshi was crying, so her father gave her the bicycle. Simple and clear. So hope you have understood the use of pronoun. Let's move forward first and just repeat back. To avoid complexity of sentences, pronouns can be subject or predicate both. Now we are going to discuss about the types of your pronouns which is given in your book. Personal pronoun, which we have just studied, it's all about I, you, we, they, it, he, she. Indefinite pronouns. Now indefinite pronouns I'll teach you. Relative pronouns I'm going to discuss. Intensive pronouns. Intensive pronouns are same as emphatic pronouns in your book. Demonstrative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, reflexive pronouns. These are the parts of your pronouns. So let's discuss the second one, indefinite pronouns. If we do not want to indicate exact person, place or thing, you can use indefinite pronouns. It's already cleared with the name also. Indefinite means something which you are not sure. So when you're not sure, what we use? Anybody, somebody, nobody, every, all, some, enough. It indicates some indefinite thing. For example, somebody ate my sandwich. Now somebody. Now who's that buddy? You don't know. Everyone says she's beautiful. Does anyone knows what's happening here? So all the underlined words are used as the pronouns, but indefinite pronouns, because that is not sure over there. When you talk about relative pronoun, it's clear with the name relative. It means that is going to used for nouns which are mentioned previously, can be joined, used to join two sentences. Now who, whom, which, whomsoever, whose, this can be used as an interrogative also, but in interrogative this always comes at the first to ask a question, but in relative pronouns it comes in between to join your noun which you have already used and the second part. Let's see an example. The cyclist. Now who is our subject? The cyclist. Now what we are telling about the cyclist? Who won the race? Trained hard. The police needed detail that could help to identify the robber. This is the place where we met. They are showing a relation. So the words which join two sentences and it shows the relation between the noun and the sentence, it becomes your relative pronoun. Hope it is understood to you. Intensive pronouns are also known as emphatic pronouns. In your book it's written emphatic. Emphasize a noun or pronoun. They provide more importance to a sentence. Himself, herself, yourself, themself, ourself. Now only one thing which comes in your mind, because when you are going to study about reflexive pronoun, then also himself, herself, these words will come. But I'll give you the logic. What is the difference over there? First, just talk about emphatic pronouns. Emphatic, to give more emphasis of a noun or a pronoun. Let's see an example. He himself is responsible for the situation. Jennifer sewed her dress herself. We built a garden by ourselves. So they are giving emphasis on the at the place, whether it can be come at the place of object or at the place of it never comes at the place of subject, but it can be nearby the subject, but it gives the emphasis in this statement to make the statement true. Let's see here another pronoun, that is your demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns are basically pronouns which point something specific within a sentence. They represents a thing near or far in distance or time. So demonstrate itself means to show something. For example, this, that, these, those, it itself means this is a mobile, it means it's in your hand, and that is a door and it means it's too far. So either the thing is near or far, but it is, these are the words which helps you to show the demonstration, and when it comes in a sentence it can be your demonstrative pronouns. Let's see an example. This is a white cow. It is used as a demonstrative pronoun. These are my books. Such a pen cost 2 rupees. So these are working as your demonstrative pronouns. Hope this is very easy to understand. Now let's talk about interrogative pronouns. Students, I already told you interrogative, it's only used to ask a question and the words comes in the beginning. If you have remembered what, which, who, whom, we have studied these words in the relative pronoun also. But in relative pronoun, these words were coming in between to join. But now these words are coming at the first to make a sentence. Let's see. What do you want for dinner? Now what is used at the first? Which color do you prefer? At first. Who is going to take out the trays? So every time whenever these words will come at the first with the question mark at the ending, it becomes your interrogative pronouns. If these words will come in between, no question mark, it will become your relative pronouns. Hope it is understood to you. Let's move forward for your another one, and that is called your reflexive pronoun. Let me show you the part of the reflexive. Yes, it is here with me. Reflexive pronouns, they are objects pronoun that we use when the subject or object are the same noun end in self or selves. Now this, let's see students here, it's also ending with self, like myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself. In our emphatic pronouns also we have studied himself, herself, ourselves. But why it is different? Because they are the object pronouns that we use when the subject and object are same noun. That is the reason I have given bit information about subject and predicate in the beginning, because when your subject and object will be same, and if that is used with the help of myself, yourself, herself, it shows you the reflexive pronoun over there. Let's see an example. I asked to myself. Now I is at the place of subject. Asked to myself. Myself is at the place of object. So it becomes your reflexive pronoun, not relative pronoun. No, not emphatic pronoun. He baked the cake himself. Now he baked the cake himself. He is at the place of your subject, and himself is also used for he only, but at the place of object. You are too young to go to yourself. It means you and yourself both are used for the same thing, but you is at the place of subject and yourself is at the place of object. So this is how you will find and differentiate between your reflexive pronoun as well as your emphatic pronouns. So hope students, emphatic pronoun and reflexive pronoun will not make you confused. But if there will be any confusion, you can tell me. I'll make another video on it, or we can just discuss the same thing in our video also, in our class also. So let's study quickly what we have learned today. We have studied about personal, I, me, he, she, it, they, indefinite, anybody, every, some, relative, who, whom, which, that, those, intensive or emphatic, himself, ourselves, themselves, demonstrative, that, these, those, interrogative, what, which, who, whom, whose. I'm so sorry, it is mistaken over here. It should be reflexive pronoun at the end. Remember, it should be reflexive pronoun at the end. It is also used for himself, herself, myself, yourself. Remember only one thing, that your noun and object should be same. Then only reflexive pronoun can be different from your intensive or emphatic pronouns. So hope students you have understood the concept of pronouns, but if there will be any doubt, we will discuss. Thank you so much students.